As we mentioned earlier, the country's biggest ticketing website and concert promoter is now facing a groundbreaking monopoly lawsuit.
The U.S. Justice Department, along with dozens of states, sued Ticketmaster's parent company, Live Nation. The massive legal action says that for years, Live Nation abused its industry dominance to overcharge concertgoers. Joining us tonight to discuss is Detroit music critic Gary Graff. Thanks for being here today.
My pleasure.
So if you could start by breaking down exactly how Live Nation is accused of monopolizing the industry.
Live Nation is this massive but efficient entertainment company that involves not only ticketing and concert promotion, but they own venues, they own merchandising, they have a complete, they're a full service company for the industry, but by being full service, it means they have a controlling interest in just about anything that's involved in entertainment. So if you're an artist, for instance, big artist, a Madonna, let's say, or a Taylor Swift or whoever, you sign a contract with Live Nation for your concerts, for your merchandise, for your ticketing, everything. And when that's all in the hands of one entity, people start to raise questions, as the Department of Justice is doing today.
Yeah, and with them being the go-to, this really has been an issue for concert goers because they want to see their favorite artists, but what else can you do?
Right. This is years and years of bad will. I mean, I even saw a friend of mine's post on Facebook today trying to buy tickets for a concert at Masonic in the fall, and apparently somewhere in the process, another $70 was suddenly added in service fees to that. And, as some of the Congress people have pointed out, is the entertainment industry, is the concert industry getting priced out of the average person's ability to pay for it?
It sure seems like it. I mean, it is shocking. Sometimes you see ticket prices, you think that doesn't look so bad. By the time you get to checkout, it's a very different price. So let's say it is broken up. How could that lead to what kind of changes?
That's the big question. Nobody knows. It could be utter chaos. The one thing you can say about Live Nation, like I said before, is that they're very efficient. And it's a machine that rolls very comfortably. If you have a bunch of different companies and increased competition, maybe prices will go down. Doubt it, because part of what pricing, is predicated on is how much do the artists want for that, and then it kind of rolls from there. Much like sports is the same way. How much are you paying your athletes? And then, all of that affects ticket prices. So that's the thing. We don't know if we're going to open Pandora's box or if we're actually going to provide a great relief and service to people if Live Nation was to be broken up.
Yeah. Live Nation is, of course, saying that the allegations are baseless. Clearly, though, there seems to be some kind of problem.
I think so. There's certainly a perception problem, and if you're having trouble getting tickets, or if your tickets are costing a lot more than you think you should, or there's a great deal of added on at the end, at the end of the ticket buying process, that's an issue, a perceptual and certainly a very real issue. And the thing is, this is not going to be immediate remedy. This will take years. I mean, I'm assuming that the states and the DOJ have done their work, and they have the evidence lined up, but you're still going to have to establish this pattern of anti-competitive practice in order to do anything about it.
Can you explain just how far-reaching Live Nation's impact is? When people buy tickets to shows, there's the Ticketmaster, but there's the StubHubs, the SeatGeeks of the world. Sometimes it's unclear who you're
buying your ticket from.
Yeah, exactly.
Sure, there is this secondary market that Live Nation, the Ticketmaster, has a hand in. So do the artists, by the way, that quietly have a hand in. So there are a lot of tickets that we suspect are never put on sale. They go directly to the secondary market, and their prices are increased. That's something I would hope and assume that the DOJ and the states are going to be able to establish yes or no. Is this a real practice? And then, is it illegal?
It's been going on for so long.
For years.
Do you think it'd take a while before we could even see any changes?
Listen, we were complaining when we used to line up for tickets and party in line down at some box office. People would still complain. We don't know what the remedy really is going to be, or if a remedy is possible. I've always said to people when they ask, if you really want to affect change, stop buying the tickets.
Sure.
That's not going to happen.
Yeah. Plenty
Okay.
of people have been forced to stop buying, but there's always someone
Right.
else who will. So we mentioned the Taylor Swift connection here, but you also mentioned that artists are in some ways arguably complicit in this.
Are
So
sharing in the profits from
Sure.
the secondary market.
do you think that they have any interest in this potentially being broken up, or there just being more bidders out there?
I think the hope of an artist manager would be, hey, more competition, then maybe we get a little more from that piece of the pie. Sure. I think they definitely want to stay quiet and sit in the background and see what shakes out. And whenever they do go out to play shows, they will make the best deal they can make for themselves,
Right.
and we'll pay for it.
Well, it is fascinating and frustrating at the same time.
It's a big, big topic.
Music critic Gary Graff, thanks so much for being here today.
Thanks for having me.